Andrew McCart, iFLTV, delighted to be here in Monaco with Frank Smith. Frank, I've got to say, forgive me if I stink, forgive me if I've got a shaky camera. I've not had a suitcase for the best part of going on 24 hours now. So I'm in the same clothes I travelled in yesterday morning at 6 o'clock, so forgive me, mate. I'm a bit smelly, but forgive me.
There's lots of good shops here, mate. There's a Louis Vuitton just upstairs, knowing you and your trainers, go Zara, you've got everything. But you look all right, you don't smell too bad.
I've had 2 showers, but put the same underwear back on, which isn't too great.
We've all been there. We've all been there.
I'm glad we've all been there. Frank, we're here in Monaco. Last time I was here was 2019. I love it here. I love the tux. My tux better get here. I'm wearing my tracksuit again.
Yeah,
I can't come in, exactly. So the tux, the chandelier, the casino, Monaco, it's just a different scenario what we're used to, isn't it?
Yeah, look, a beautiful setting. I mean, look at where we are now for the press conference. Tomorrow, as always, in the casino, in the lobby of the casino. What an unbelievable place to do a weigh-in that is. And then fight night, we're back at Salle d'Artois, the sporting club on Saturday. Got 800 people there. You know, what a show. This is, for us, this is what excites us. Doing nights like this, putting nights, and the sport as a whole, global boxing, is what excites us, and coming to places like Monte Carlo and being lucky enough and fortunate enough to do an event here, you know, with the Principality, with Prince Albert, you know, Mike Whitstock, everyone involved, you know, it's great. It's great. So it's what keeps us going.
Gary Cully, Max Hughes. I think this fight's been in the making 4 years. For 4 years now, they were meant to fight April 2020. I think I was going over to Belfast for that fight. Obviously, it didn't happen. Then they've now got that sort of relationship with that gym with Reece Mould fight out in Dublin, so there's that backstory to it. This is going to be a cracker, this one, isn't it?
100%. Look, it's a brilliant fight. It's the kind of fight we needed to make, you know, and both of them, it's a crossroads fight, really. Like, the winner comes out of that and gets a huge opportunity. The loser is going to be a hard way back, in all honesty. You know, I think Gary has had his sort of comeback after losing in Dublin, then he returned. You know, I think his performances prior to that, you saw the slick side of him, you know, sort of taking more risks, and I think post the loss, he's been a bit more cautious, and I think he knows he needs to deliver here. He knows he needs to deliver a big performance. But Maxi, huge, massive opportunity for him as well. You know, so that's a great fight. You know, that before that, we got Terra Moana kicks the card off as well. You know, Terra Moana. Yeah, I mean, look, I don't know if you've seen the clip on our social media. Punches so hard, he's so quick, he's a huge lump. So he's back out, his debut in Matchroom, obviously he's had 4 fights already, just come out of the Paris Olympics, you know, he went there. So excited for his debut in Matchroom. You got Beatrice Ferreira, who is, you know, a special fighter. She's come back from the Paris Olympics, world champion, big fights for her in the future. She's got to get past Alicia Bordosa on Saturday first, but huge fights for her after this. Chev Clark stepping up again. He's taking on Mosquera for the European title. He's someone who's never shied away from challenges. You know, he's had a packed year. He started in Belfast in January. He fought on May on the Catterall Taylor undercard in Leeds. He fought in LA in August, and he's here in Monaco in December. And he's taken every opportunity, and he's stepped up, and he's moved. You know, and he's taken chances. And I think if he comes through this, you know, he's not far off from challenging for a world title at the end of 2025. I'd say some big domestic fights as well next year that we can see. And then the main event, MJ Akmadaliev. You know, this is a fight he's waited a long time to get his world title shot. You know, we all know he wants to fight Naoya Inoue. You know, and for some reason Inoue doesn't want to face him. I think we know the reason why. It's a tough fight. It's a real fight. You know, MJ's got a proper fight on Saturday for the interim title, and then after that, he wants to go and win and get that Inoue fight. So that's the focus.
Let's talk about the Inoue fight then, because we've seen Inoue out with His Excellency Turki Al-Sheikh, and if anyone can make that fight happen, we know it's Mr. Turki Al-Sheikh himself.
Yeah, look, it's the fight we want. It's the fight MJ wants. You know, Inoue's a superstar. He's a massive star of the sport. He's doing amazing things in the sport. But if he's not going to fight MJ, just vacate the belt. That's simple as that. You know, we've waited. I think we've been more than fair, and we've worked around it all. But now's the time. After this, if after Inoue's fight in December, if he doesn't want to fight MJ, vacate the belt, and we move on.
I think it's going to be an exciting time here in Monaco now. A little bit segue to yesterday. I saw Mr. Eddie Hearn, who's over there's interview with Chris Eubank Jr.'s manager. That fight, I'm bored of talking about it. Are you?
I'm bored of talking about it. And I'm guilty of talking about it too much, I'll be honest with you. I've always said it's a fight personally I think we should make. It's a great fight, it's a huge fight. But if it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen. So let's see. You know, like, everyone's got to be sensible. And you can say, well, I want X percent, I want Y percentage, but it's like, it doesn't happen without the two of them. You know, if one of them's not happy with a deal, it doesn't happen. So that's why, you know, I don't think there's ever been a clearer 50-50 fight. They need each other to bring a fight of that magnitude. They can't do anything close to it against anyone else. It's the reality for both of them. You know, it's not like, I think Conor's in a great position because he's 28. He's not in a rush. He can go and fight for a world title. Chris is in a different position, but it's harder for them to sell the story to Chris because Chris has made big money. He's been in big fights, obviously. You know, Conor's very much earlier in his career, really. But you know, that's the job they've got to do, and hopefully we can get there. But let's see.
You mentioned the no bigger 50-50 fight. Now I'm kind of getting whispers that maybe Chris is wanting that a little bit more, thinking he's more of the A side than Conor.
Yeah, that's what he wants, you know, and whether that's ego, whether that's what he's earned before, but sometimes you have to step away from what you've earned before. It's about the moment. It's about this individual fight, and you can't compare this individual fight to any other fight or any other. Like, it's this fight here and there, and it's huge. So, you know, hopefully we see it.
Going to Saudi next week, I mean, who's even thinking about this fight in 9 days' time, and Tyson Fury and Oleksandr Usyk? It's a big fight. Again, probably the ideal scenario for you, Frank, being that businessman that you are, you wanting Tyson Fury to win, so then we can start talking about that AJ fight. Is that what you're hoping for?
I'd love Tyson Fury to win. He's a British fighter. I'd love for him to do it. It's a tough fight. The first fight, first time round, was unbelievable. You know, like, what a fight. Tyson Fury was ahead after 6 or 7 rounds. Oleksandr Usyk came back through, got the win. But I believe they can beat each other. You know, that's the reality of it. They can all beat each other. Those top 10, we've seen it. You compare heavyweight and you compare fight, they can all beat each other on their best night. You know, it's all. I hope Tyson Fury can do it, but you got to say Oleksandr Usyk's the favourite.
You know, I spoke to Charlie on that bus coming here, Frank. Have you seen that jumper that he's wearing? Do you know how much that cost?
$4,000.
I don't know. I mean, would you wear anything like that? Be honest.
It also doesn't fit him.
Do you think he's made it? Do you think he's in the stratosphere of a Frank Smith and an Eddie Hearn?
Look, he's above my stratosphere, but I have to try and keep him humble. I do like Parsons, but you just got to keep him humble.
He's a young boy, man. When you were 21, do you remember what you were like when you were 21?
Huh?
Do you remember what you were like when you were 21?
You like probably had an ego. Had an ego. No, could have done.
Frank, I would love to do a bigger interview. My right shoulder is burning holding this camera, mate. So I'll let another day. We'll get a big one tomorrow. Thank you so much, mate. I'll appreciate you on the next one. Thank you.